Hello, everybody. So right now, we're going to start our session, and we're going to start working with our characters. I'm going to, the first thing I'm going to do is that I am going to provide and to develop a little bit of the backstory of our character, Aragor, the fighter. And so the first thing I want to do before we go into the story is just roll his title. So there's a bunch of titles here. This is from Forbidden Psalm. And so yeah, we're gonna do that real quick. Let's see, where's the dice? Ah, my dice were removed to go to the community. No, dice, roller, and then enable. Yeah, I don't know how to do this really well, but here we go. Yep. So we're gonna uh, get this information and just roll for his title. That's the first thing we're going to do. So let's see. D100. So it's just 60. And we have the neophyte. Neophyte? Aragor the neophyte. I don't know what's that. Let me. I don't know what's a neophyte. Should I look for it for its meaning? Let's see. Um, yeah, why not? Let's see, neophyte, a person who is new to a subject, skill, or belief. Okay, so he's new. So it kind of makes sense. Okay, so Aragor, the neophyte. Okay, that's his name. Um, and that's how we're gonna play Aragor, the neophyte. Okay, so I think it'll make sense, and you'll see why, but at some point. Um, so the first thing that I thought is that, well, if he's a fighter, and by the way, I did write a little bit of the story of the region, and the region was essentially it's a place where there used to be war, and there was this huge war versus Necromancer Lord that used undead to destroy towns and villages and wanted to take over the region. And it was defeated by some barbaric tribes. So we'll touch that later on. So, but for now, the first thing is that we kind of know that he's a fighter, and it makes sense that he if he's a veteran, right? So that's my first question: is Aragorn a a veteran? And so in this case, we're gonna say yes. Um, we could roll. We can do. I already did all the rolling, but I'm gonna fill out all this information here. And he is a veteran. And it the idea is that he probably fought in that war, right? So against that necromancer lord. So I'm thinking like, what's his age, right? Just to kind of give us a context of what type of veteran or his current state, right? And what is going on with him. So his age might give us like a good indication of what's going on. So what is Aragorn's age? So just by rolling a couple of dice, doing some um like just random trying to do it randomly, we got 22. So it means that Aragorn was a veteran at a young age. So he probably fought the war, and then um, he he was young when he started, and the war finished, and he's still kind of young. So so this means that he was in the um, that he was in the military at a young age, uh, fought the war against the Necromancer Lord, um, and then retired. So he's a survivor of the war. He retired young because he probably started his military service young, and now, yeah. So the other thing that I asked um, was what's his personality? Uh, what is Aragor's personality? And his personality, what it came out, it was economy. And I'm using the tables here from the uh, old school solo. So just so that we kind of go through this bit of information. And so I used the social table, and it just came out as economy. So it just what I'm seeing is that he looks like he has economic problems. So I asked, is Aragor poor? And so that was likely, and also the answer was yes. So Aragorn is poor and has a weak economy. So it means that he's kind of struggling, and he's so it probably what happened was that after the war, and it happens a lot where people go to wars, and when the wars finish, there's nothing for them to do because they they were more inclined to the military, and since the economy of the regions are kind of devastated by war, then they struggle like they have like economic struggles. And so he's probably in this case, like after this this war, um he is just struggling, and he needs to find a way to make a living, right? So because he is he is motivated. Oh, can't type today, sorry. To make a So he's trying to make a living for himself, right? And that's his one of his main objectives, or he's just trying to get by, in this region where the economy and the social conditions are not that great. And he's a young veteran, survivor and of the war, and trying to build up some form of wealth in some case, or just trying to get by or try to earn a living. And so we see here, so this character, it's essentially a character I already worked on, and I created all this, and I did go through some adventures with him and try to feed some information. And yeah, so we can see that his alignment is neutrality, right? So that kind of gives us an idea that he is essentially he'll kind of bend the rules to to gain an advantage if if the time comes. So he's not like a bad person or like a criminal, but he won't be too keen on providing free services if needed. So he's more like a hired fighter. He'll do things for money pretty much. That's his kind of like mentality, I think. Um, so he so he take any up to develop where we can see. So it just means that he has a plan for himself, right? He's not, or maybe I don't know. So he's more like he's more driven by his wealth than anything else, pretty much. Um, so he might bend the rules, I think, uh, if the time comes, just to gain that extra treasure or gold, right? Okay. So that's a little bit of him, and that's as far as I got. Um, so I wrote it here already. Just going to delete this, and I pretty much transcribed whatever I already kind of rolled to his kind of like character sheet here, his notes. I'll do this more for like actual gameplay, the PDF version, versus the actual notes of story development. I'll develop his story in these notes. So that's what I have now. So that's all we have. So we're gonna start um, by looking at our map. So we know that is um, he wants to kind of like see what's out there, right? He wants to start moving along and see maybe there's a quest, maybe there's something that uh, there's some services that he can provide. Just maybe I don't know, like just we'll see. Um, I rolled for a location, and his starting location was here. Um, this location is the town of Pav. So yeah, so Pav, yeah. So it's a farming community, and we don't have much of a context in this location. We don't know like us, may, I haven't written anything pretty much for this location. So let's see what happens here, right? So we'll jump in. So we know that where it is, so it's 1818 and it's a farming community, okay? So we're gonna see what else we know. So what can we ask? Let's see. Mm, is there, I mean, what if we entered this community, what would we see? Um, like a good question would be, what is the social conditions of PAV? What are the social conditions of PAV? What are the social conditions? So that's the first question we'll ask, and let's see. Um, we'll go to our oracle and double check what we have, and so we can just look for, let's see, treasure, loot artifact, wilderness, stock place. Um, let's roll for social, right? So because we were trying to figure out the social conditions. Um, okay, let me go here. Sorry, I'm jumping around too much. Let's see. So we're gonna roll a d20. So it's for defend. Oh no, sorry, it's economy. So again, so this is maybe not like a good place like I don't know, maybe because we can say that economy, like maybe there's economic, like would it would that mean that there's like an economic struggle since we're kind of in this situation about, after war, there's economic struggle, or maybe after the war, economy is starting to pick up and there's starting to thrive, right? So what do we want? So is it like a positive economy, or is it a like a no, like a negative economy? So let's see. Should we ask bad outcome, worst case scenario? Okay, so let's do the scenarios. So what type of economy does PAV have? So let's see. Um, what type of economy does PAV have? So here we're gonna roll a d6. Let's see, d6. We roll, and that's a 6. So best case scenario. Okay, best case scenario. So this is interesting. So it means that the economy of PAV is like a thriving, energetic, um, well developed economy. So it's kind of like PAV is having a good time. So yeah, so Pav is having a good time. The town of Pav is in a good situation. The Let's say there are merchants, um, or I mean, it's in a good situation. People are thriving, and there is a lot of exchange of goods, a lot of exchange. I mean, there is a lot of goods. Um, I mean, moving around, and yeah. So essentially, there's a good economy here, right? Markets, markets are full of, just the produce and goods. And yeah, so so we have like a happy environment. We have a happy environment and full of energy. People are enjoying people are enjoying their, let's say, um the time of peace. Okay. So we arrive at Pav. People are moving. Goods are being sold. Think people are buying things. The community has a lot of produce. There's a big market full of people, and it's a really nice place, right? People are just like full of energy, happy the war's over, and they're trying to pick up, you know, things as we have this time of peace. Okay, so that's cool. Um, so I guess like our first question would be, can we find a job, right? Or do we want to find a job, or maybe a quest, or what? So part of the idea here is that we need to generate more. information for Aragorn. So we know his economy is not that good. So what else can we use to motivate him? Because it, as you can see, like I'm not trying to make the decisions. Like I don't want to be just controlling him. I want to give him a motivation. What motivates him? Um, so thinking of like if he was like a its own entity, its own um, person, right? So I think we're gonna maybe what let's see what mood is Aragorn in? What mood? What? So let's roll again. We're gonna roll again one more time. Um, so we can roll shift, reverse, growth, effect, improve, kill, remove, break, improve, increase, cancel, stop. Okay, so let's see. So we can use the no divine no treasure wilderness talk. Okay, so let's see. Let's do the talk. So we're gonna roll another d20. And that's a 15. Small talk. Okay. So Ottawa had like maybe he has small he wants to do some small talk. He wants to engage with the community, right? Um small talk. Let's just type that. Small talk. So Gord wants to engage with the community and start to um, meet, right? Meet others. Okay, starting to get to know others. He's and start and getting to know others and know others. Okay, so he's curious. He's in a good mood. He wants to do some small talk. Um, so let's see. So if he is in this community and there's um like let's see like a place where he'll go to the market. Let's see that there's a market, and then he'll start to approach people. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pause here, and we're gonna continue just from here. I'm gonna do some preparations for Aragor to get to know others inside the market. So this is more or less the dynamic we're gonna start to do. First, he wants to do some small talk. Let me just finish here. Ottawa wants to engage with the community and start to meet and getting to know others. Okay, so Aragorn will approach the town market and engage with the okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna leave it here. This is what where we're gonna start next, and we'll move from here. So yeah, as I said, here we're trying to bring in some information, trying to develop the story, the context, the background, and to have to start flushing out the ideas and the setup. Okay, so thanks for watching.